All right, I'm going over this book again, showing you this book. Now this is like L&L Research did the Law of One. They did it in like early 80s. I think I found it in maybe 2000. Fuck, what was it? Maybe 15? Maybe 14 or 15? I'm not exactly sure. You got, I think, 5 books. Law of One, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they contact Ra. Ra's a social memory complex from the 6th density. Where basically they have bodies, but the whole identity of them is Ra. It's like many people, but it's like a hive mind, but it's not a hive mind the same way. It's like each individual that was an individual evolves and they become a collective. Like, it would be hard to even imagine it, but there's not. It's not like the only way that it occurs, because you have an individuated social memory complex, and you have just social memory complex, different shit. And right now our planet is going through from 3rd density to 4th density transit, and it'll fully happen when we have the magnetic field flip. At least this is from a lot of works channeled, some other contacts, and a lot of Drunvalo Melchizedek's stuff talks about this, because his is very in-depth, and especially the stuff with the flower of life and the Merkaba, because your Merkaba is your energy body, and it's very much active now, but it's not part of your physical body, so it's not something that you have the same physical experience of. But what the fuck does that mean? Well, you are not your body. You have a body, but you're a spiritual being. And the world, or universe, or whatever you want to say, is created from like the logos. Let's see if I can show it on this in a way that it's understandable better, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see if it lets you go there. If it stopped trying to download, just skip this shit. You could see it on here. This is a pretty good app for solar system. Fantastic soundtrack, at least. So here we are. We are here, and we're on a little Earth, and we backed the fuck up all the way. This is our galaxy. This is the Milky Way. Now this area of really bright in here, if you can see it, if we get up in that bitch, this is what they call the pleroma. That's where all the stars are born. They're supposed to be a supermassive black hole. Who really knows? None of us have been there. So, to speculate on it is really just to diminish it. You don't really know. We know what we can see from Earth, and Earth's out on here. Earth's on this Orion spur. And what do we do know? Well, we know that this fucking spur is blown the fuck up from wars and shit, they say. And we basically are further out. Obviously, this Perseus arm would be further out than us. I mean, some of these stars go way the fuck out, so this would be the newest shit. Well, not the newest. It would be... Well, how does that work? I mean, we're fairly old. If we come out, if it expands out, then the outermost stuff should be the oldest, I would think. But I don't know if stars are still... I don't know. Actually, I don't... That's a damn good question, because they make it out like everything comes from the center. And I'm sure it did at the beginning. But now the stuff is out here, so stars are born here and then rotate out. And they're born other places too. like nebulas and different shit. And there's all kinds of shit in here. And this is just one galaxy. If you look around, if you could see, normally there are other galaxies. Hold on. Andromeda's over here. Triangulum. These are the other galaxies. And we're in the Virgo supercluster, which is like a giant cylinder shape with a bunch of different galaxies just floating in it. Now they tell you Big Bang. Who the fuck knows, man? That really doesn't make any sense if you think about it, though. Everything just exploded from nothing and there was suddenly things. That sounds like Let There Be Light, honestly. But the different stars, this is the Logos, or what they call the Great Central Sun. Like we're rotating around the sun in our solar system. The solar system is rotating around this. That's the Great Year. And that takes 26,000 years to go around. Which is why every 2,500 years or whatever it is, that is an age, because we have our equinox occurs in wherever the equinox is, or the actual, it's the spring equinox, whatever sign that's in. The sun, when it goes into that and has the spring equinox, the sun rises in that sign during the equinox time. That's what age that we're in. And now we're in Aquarius. Whereas when it rose in the past, it was the age of Aries. And before that, it was the age of Taurus. It goes backwards because of the way that the rotation is of the sun, pushes the sun backwards through the signs. Although we're going clockwise, the sun would be appearing to be moving backwards. That's why they move backwards. They don't move progressively forward through the signs. It goes backwards during the Great Year. And that's something a lot of people don't know, because they don't know to think about it or give a shit about it. They're too worried about Kim Kardashian's butt meat or whatever, which is fine. I'm sure that's got a specific gravity to itself. It draws you in if you're Kanye West. And now it repels his ass. It's just the way the universe works. But there are other stars. Like we have the star that we are rotating around, that would be next in line above the sun, would be Procyon. We'll go to it here if we find the fucking name. These are not in order. I'll just go to it. Procyon, bro. Pro. Go pro, bro. It's in Little Dog. Little Dog. Big Dog. So this is the next Logos up. Now the Logos sets up the catalyst and the manifestations and the rules of the basic manifested reality. And we're evolving upwards so that whenever we connect with the Earth now, or not, if you want to be a grasshopper and jump off your planet and let them die, you're going to be on the negative path. You're not going to be a positive being. Positive beings go all the way through the octave and beyond. To infinity and beyond. Yeah, they do. And negative beings only go to 6th density. After that, there's no one else to command and control. They can't, and they don't become wanderers, because if they go through the process of forgetting that is required to come to Earth, and there's a lot of people that are wanderers. And I think I have this going on. I think I've identified a few of them. When they looked at the auras of the kids that were being born in the, mid 70s to mid 80s, they had an extremely high level of blue indigo chakra, because they say that whatever's going on here, there was like a call and people came souls came to Earth and were incarnated. But if you come to Earth and you're incarnated, you're not going to remember. You're going to have gifts in previous lives, but you're not going to remember. You go through the veil of forgetting. And just by being here, the energy differential is assisting the Earth. Now, maybe that's a thing. It would make sense. And you see a lot of the kids have different gifts. There's new kids coming in. You have crystal kids being born. You have the rainbow kids and all that, because they have different gifts. They're different soul groups that are being incarnated. And you basically have a soul family that you're related to. And usually when you incarnate in different times, you have a lot of the same people that stay together. So there'll be people in your life that are familiar to you, that have interacted with you in different ways.